So we're talking about the amount of people entering a bowling alley and the total cost or the amount of money that they're spending or the bowling alley is making. So first we want to know if the function is discrete or if this function is continuous, and then how we know that. Well, I know that discrete means that it can't be dissected into smaller units, like fractions, and continuous means that every single part or fraction matters. So I'm looking at the number of people. I can't have a half a person or 2/3 of a person or things like that. So we know that this function is discrete. And how do I know? Because I can't have a part of a person. Now we can have part of a dollar, but dollar's not my input, right? This matters about our input. Our input's discrete. So write a function using function notation that represents multiple people. So I'm going to write B of P equals. I don't have a y-intercept that's given to me in this table, so I'm going to have to roll it back. I'll do this first. Plus 650 over 1. Just make sure, plus 650. It's linear. 650 divided by 1 is 650. So it's 6.5 P. And then I finish the equation by rolling back my table. 1 times my slope gives me this carrot, which is 650, and that gives me 6. So provide the correct interpretation of the expression B of 8 minus B of 2 in terms of the amount of money that they make. So go ahead and find B of 8, and then find B of 2. Okay, B of 8. So you can see my work here. B of 8 is 58, B of 2 is 19. I didn't have to do the work here because it's actually in my table. And then I went ahead and subtracted. B of 8 is 58 minus 19 gives me 39. That's the first part. But it wants me to provide a correct interpretation. Well, B of 8 is my input, means that if 8 people bowl, minus if 2 people bowl. So the B of 8 is the cost of 8 people bowling is 58. And the cost of 2 people bowling is 19. So 39 is the difference. So I'm going to interpret that as it costs $39 more for 8 people to bowl than 2 people. There's a lot of ways I could have said this. I could say that 8 people cost $39 more than 2 people to bowl, or 2 people cost $39 less than 8 people to bowl. But this is the big thing that was missing on our practice from the other day, is this idea of interpreting what this means. This whole thing is my output, so the output that I get when 8 people bowl. This question is the same idea. The whole B of 7 is the whole amount of money that I make if 7 people bowl. It's saying if 7 people bowl, I make less than $40. So it's saying that if 7 people bowl, I don't know if I own the place, I hope I do, make less than $40. Well, I have no idea. So I have to actually do this out and make sure. So go ahead and do it out and make sure. So actually this isn't true, because the interpretation is if 7 people bowl that I make less than $40, but if I actually evaluate for B of 7, I get 51.50, which means that the correct so that's not right. So that's incorrect. I would write B of 7 is actually going to be greater than 40. So this one was a little wonky. didn't mean to confuse you. It actually just should have been a different sign that I put in there. But the incorrect interpretation is if 7 people bowl, I make less than 40. But then when you do it out, you realize that's not true, and that B of 7 is actually greater than 40. So after you've read this, you realize that $550 is my range. It's part of my range, which is my Y or my B of P. So if B of P, sorry for my handwriting, it's late. If B of P is equal to 6.5P plus 6, then B of P is going to be substituted by 550. So 550 equals 6.5P plus 6. Okay, do the work. So in order to make $550 a week, 83.69 people have to bowl. And we talked about it at the top. This is a discrete function. I can't have 0.69 of a person. I can have 0.69 of a dollar. I can have 0.69 of a gallon, 0.69 of a minute, but I can't have 0.69. So in order for them to stay open, they actually have to have more than 83 people bowl. 83 is not enough. It's not going to hit 550. So the answer is 84 people must bowl. Again, sorry for my writing. So then here I want you to write an inequality for my answer in part E. So in order for them to stay open, the bowling alley, well, P, needs to be greater than or equal to 84. So any number of people that is more than 84 people in the week are going to let us stay open.